So now we have a little while for questions and answers, if you have any.
咁而家咧就係我哋問與答嘅時候，如果你有問題嘅，咁你可以舉手。咁我哋有師兄會拎個咪俾你。
Any kind of question is okay about Zen, Buddhism, meditation, any kind of question.
任何嘅問題都可以嘅，關於佛法啦，關於禪宗啦，關於修行啦，關於你自己生命上遇到嘅問題咧，任何嘅問題都可以。
As a beginner meditation, I've never really. Well, I have tried actually at a Musangsa temple in Korea a few months ago. That was the first time, and I would like to continue practicing at home. But I was not given any guidance, in a way, how to go about it. So, is there anything that I need to focus on other than, I guess, breathing? Yes.
咁呢個同修嘅問題咧，就係佢係一個禪學嘅初學者。咁咧啱啱咧就喺無上寺咧係收集過啦。咁但係之後收集完之後咧，翻屋企，咁翻咗屋企日常生活裏面點樣修咧？好似冇咩指引。究竟係咪專注我嘅呼吸啊？點做咧？
So, first of all, the fact that you're a beginner is good.
首先，你係一個初學者咧，係最好嘅。
In fact, there's a famous book in Zen called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind.
咁其實喺禪宗裏面咧，有一本好出名嘅書咧，就係禪心初心。
So it's not based on how much experience you have or don't have.
唔係基於你有幾多個經驗，或者你冇乜嘢嘅經驗。
Meditation is based on what are you doing right now.
禪修咧最重要嗰點就係話你當下一刻你所做嘅係乜嘢。
So all of meditation is actually based on what we call a just now mind.
其實所有嘅禪修咧都係基於呢個當下嘅心。
So there are many, 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 many thousands and thousands of techniques to help you attain that just now mind.
其實有好多唔同嘅法門，好多唔同嘅方法，係幫我哋去到進入翻嚟呢個當下嘅心。
And those techniques range from the very simple, like you mentioned, breathing.
咁嗰啲方法咧有好多嘅，其中一個就好似剛才你所講係呼吸嘅法門。
Paying attention to your breathing.
係留意你嘅呼吸。
You know, most of the time you're not paying attention to your breathing, right?
平時有冇人留意你嘅呼吸㗎
Although now everybody in the room is.
咁我一講，大家就留意啦嚇。
So it's something we have with us all the time, but usually we aren't paying attention to it. If you start to pay attention to it, you come into this moment.
呢啲我哋成日都做嘅，但係咧我哋往往就係唔會記得嘅。但係當我哋一提，因為有提醒自己翻返個呼吸嘅時候咧，你就翻嚟當下呢一刻。
So that's a very, very, very simple technique. That's the technique that the Buddha used to practice.
呢個係一個非常非常之簡單嘅方法，亦都係佛陀所用嘅方法。
Then they get more and more and more and more and more complicated.
但係咧之後咧啲方法越嚟越複雜啦。
Some types of Buddhism have techniques that are so complicated I can't even, it takes a long time just to read about them, let alone do them.
咁喺佛嘅即係佛教裏面咧，有啲方法咧係好複雜嘅，同埋好長嘅，睇又睇唔明，做就更加難啦嚇。
I know there's a Tibetan saying. The Buddha used one simple technique and got everything.
咁喺西藏咧應該密宗啦有所講啦，佢就話佛陀係用一個好簡單嘅方法而去得到一切。
We have 10,000 techniques, and what did we ever get?
我哋用咗108000個方法，咁我哋又得到啲咩嘢呢？
So usually Zen is like towards the simple end of the scale.
咁禪修咧，往往都係去翻最根本、最簡單開始個點。
So one thing to do is to decide to do a little bit of practicing every day, not too much and not too little.
咁首先咧，開始咧，我哋係每日都做一啲修持嘅，唔太多，亦都唔太少。
And then to do it every day.
而係每日行持咁樣樣去做。
So do it whether you want to do it or don't want to do it.
咁你覺得要做嘅，咁你就做啦；你唔想做就唔好做啦。
And do it whether you like it or you don't like it.
哦，但係無論你中意好唔中意好，你定咗咧，你就行持咁去做。
We call that just do it.
咁呢個咧就係只係做個心，只係去做啫，即係唔係你中唔中意？你總之規定咗就每日都去做。
So the Nike shoe ad also says just do it.
咁 Nike 鞋咧，佢都係同樣咁講，就只係去做。
And that's because in athletics you have to just train.
因為一個運動員咧，佢喺訓練嘅時候就只係訓練。
The same thing is true in Zen.
咁其實禪修都係一樣，禪嘅修持都係一樣。
So if you ever trained in athletics, you know it gets boring pretty fast.
你如果曾經做過運動員嘅話，你會知道喺個受訓嘅過程咧，冇幾耐咧就已經開始好悶嘅啦。
Same thing is true of Zen.
咁禪修都係一樣。
So that's why you have to just do it.
咁所以咧，你越耐嘅話咧，你越要依個心就係只係去做個心。
So Buddha practiced for a long time. Some of that sitting underneath a tree.
咁佛陀修持咗好長嘅時間咧，都喺一棵樹下。
I don't know if you ever sat underneath a tree, but it gets boring after 5 or 6 years.
咁我唔知你有冇試過坐喺一棵樹下面修行啦嚇，但係你諗下5、6年之後都幾悶嘅。
Anyway, all of these techniques are just about this one thing, keeping this just now mind.
其實所有嘅方法咧，都係指向同一點，就係呢個翻嚟當下呢個心。
Then if you're like me, you'll find that it's very difficult to practice by yourself. So it's very good to practice with other people.
但係有陣時候咧，好似我咁都係嘅，就係自己獨修咧係冇咁容易，有困難啲。咁所以咧同其他人一齊修咧係比較容易嘅。
In fact, in the Quantum School of Zen, our main meditation technique is together action practicing.
而喺國際觀音禪院，好重要一個修持嘅方法就係共事 （together action），我哋一齊去做。
That's because when you come together with other people, you're more likely to do it than when you're by yourself.
點解呢？一齊去做嘅時候，你做嘅成數係高啲啦。一個人做嘅話，即係個機會係低啲咯。
When you're home alone, you know, you might even wash the dishes rather than practice.
咁當你一個人喺屋企咧，你寧願去洗碗，都唔會去修㗎，係咪啊？
So that's why we do that.
所以我哋就咁樣修啦。
You know, there's actually nothing mysterious about what the Buddha did.
其實佛陀做嘅佢個修行咧，一啲都唔神秘。
And it's something that's accessible to all of us.
而佢所做嘅，其實我哋都可以做到。
Actually, we're in the same spot.
因為我哋喺同一點同一個處境。
So you're just kind of thrown into the world, a world of suffering.
因為我哋大家都抌咗嚟呢個世界咧，嚟咗呢個受苦嘅世界。
And then what will you do?
咁抌咗你落嚟呢度咧，你可以做到啲乜咧？
Our founding teacher, Zen Master Sung Sung, was always saying, being born is already a mistake.
松山禪師咧曾經有一句名言咧，佢講過就係、你嚟到呢個世界已經係一個錯啦。
It's kind of a humorous way of saying, wow, we have a big problem.
咁呢個咧係只不過一個係好笑啲嘅講法，就係話哇大劑啦，即係大問題啦。
So all of these meditation techniques are just techniques pointing to what you truly are.
其實所有禪修嘅方法咧，都係同一點、同一個方向，就係、指出我哋自己 係邊個呢？真正嘅本性係咩呢？
So what I would suggest is pick a technique and then do it till you die.
我有一個建議，就係你揀一個方法，一路做到你死，
Don't change.
唔好變，唔好改呢個方法。
I think one of the most common mistakes people make is they're always switching around.
咁最大咧，做人咧最大嘅問題咧，就係成日喺度變嚟變去，即係用唔同嘅方法。
And why do you switch?
點解你要改變你嘅方法咧？
Because you want something.
因為你想得到一啲嘢，
So it's just like going to the buffet.
就好似去食自助餐咁啦。
You know, so over here are the Vipassana techniques,
哇！呢度有內觀嘅方法，
and over here are the Tibetan techniques down this row,
呢一行咧就係密宗嘅方法。
and down the middle are the Zen techniques.
咁呢一行咧就禪宗嘅方法。
You know, as soon as you stop taking stuff off of this buffet table over here, you run over here really quick to
咁
get
你
something else.
嚟自助餐咧，行咗嚟呢度都未食，你就又轉台啦，又去咗第二行去食，就揀另外一個。但係第二行咧，你又話另外一個好啲喎，又轉咗去另外一行。
Actually, they're all the same because they're all designed to make you wake up just now.
其實所有嘅都係一樣，所有嘅方法都係一樣，都係令我哋可以喺當下醒覺。
Not special.
其實一啲都唔特別嘅，
But most people aren't doing it.
但係咧好多人都會咁做，轉嚟轉去。
So one time a monk went up to the Buddha and said, Buddha, you seem different than me.
咁有一個故事咧，就係講有一個人咧去到佛陀面前就話：佛陀，你同我真係好唔同。
Then the Buddha said, no. We're exactly the same.
但佛陀話：唔係，我同你係一模一樣。
Right? Everybody has Buddha nature. So of course, the Buddha and this monk that's asking this question are exactly the same.
因為人皆有佛性啊嘛，所以佛陀同埋呢個發問嘅僧人
So he
係
said,
一樣啊
no,
嘛。
you and I are exactly the same.
其實好似你同我
So
咁，
that's
我
kind
哋
of
都係
funny. Usually
完
we
全
think about it
一
the other
模
way
一樣
around,
嘅。
like we're practicing
Well,
to
there's
get
one little
enlightenment.
difference.
I'm awake and you're not.
佛陀講：我哋係一模一樣嘅，不過係有一個分別。個分別就係我係醒咗，你仲未醒。
So that's why we say, wake up just now.
所以我哋就講當下醒覺，
Don't worry about the past
唔好憂慮過去，
or the future,
亦都唔好憂慮將來，
just now.
只係一下
That's it.
就係咁，
Very simple.
係好簡單。
It's before simple.
呢個係喺簡單之前
Simple
再
is,
簡單。
simple is way too complicated.
我講簡單已經好複雜啦。
Any other questions? Yes.
有冇其他問題呢？
Here. Then you.
Hello, Master. This is just an excuse for me to stand up because I got dead legs. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a Buddhist whatsoever, but your speech is really inspirational, so I thank you for giving us a speech. And my question is, I'm a bit confused about the laziness of human, because I'm sure that it is part of human nature to be lazy, and I have to correct you about the procrastination because it's actually very popular among us, especially the young university students like myself.
Yeah.
And
I used to be a young university student too. So.
exactly, so you know what I'm talking about. So my question is, can you give us advice about how can we actually fight against procrastination? Because I know it's probably impossible, it's part of our human nature, but I mean, there must be some way to overcome a little bit. So yeah, thank you.
咁呢個同修呢，佢話我唔係佛教徒，不過呢，今晚禪師呢個開示呢，非常精彩同埋有啟發性。我個問題呢，就係話人呢嘅人性呢，就係懶嘅，咁呢個係人嘅本性嚟嘅。就好似我咁，我讀大學，你知大學生啦，個個都有呢個咁嘅懶惰嘅本性，就係 procrastinate，就係遲啲至做啦。咁我哋點樣面對呢？點樣處理呢？點樣同呢個遲啲去做呢樣嘢 即係打一餐呢？
So I don't know how to do that.
其實我唔知點做，
But I know you can do it.
但我知道你能夠做到。
So it's kind of the difference between explaining swimming and swimming.
咁個分別咧就係話游水同埋解釋游水嘅分別。
So human beings are animals of intention.
咁人咧就係一個有意圖嘅動物嚟嘅。
We intend something.
我哋對於一啲嘢或者所做嘅嘢，我哋有一啲意圖嘅，有啲背後嘅動機。
So I mentioned this try mind and this wanting to help the world mind. You know, this wanting to help the world is the big intention of a human being's life.
咁我剛才有講咧，就要有係講一個嘗試嘅心，同埋幫助呢個世界嘅心。其實呢個幫助呢個世界嘅心咧，係一個意圖。
We call that love and compassion.
我哋講呢個意圖嘅名稱咧，就係一個大慈大悲嘅心。
Then always you'll slip back into procrastination, laziness, sloth, all the things that human beings have, right?
咁人咧好容易咧就跌翻去自己懶惰啊，遲啲去做啊，唔去做啊，呢個咁嘅處境。
So all I know is just do it.
我冇咩可以教到你，我就係可以同你講，只係去做，係咁
Because
係唔
if you
多。
watch your life moment to moment to moment to moment, it's always based on that.
如果你睇你自己嘅生命，每一刻、每一刻、每一刻、每一刻，只係得呢一樣嘢嘅啫，就只係去做嘅啫。
So usually, if it's I have to study for an exam that's going to happen 1 month from now, then you'll have difficulty, right?
咁如果話個考試係1個月之後，叫你而家就温呢，都有啲困難。
But if you have to go to the bathroom, hardly anybody procrastinates.
如果你去廁所你急嘅話，有冇人會話遲啲做？
You know, almost everybody will get up and go.
人人一急嘅話就要去做啦。
So the difference is how urgent is it?
其實個分別咧就係、究竟嗰樣嘢係有幾急嘅咧？
So that's why Zen Master Sun Sung said a bad situation is a good situation.
所以禪師咧成日都講，壞嘅處境係一個好嘅處境。
And you definitely don't have to worry about being a Buddhist to do this.
其實你唔需要係一個佛教徒，你都可以做到。
One time a person came to Zen Master Sun Sung, our founding teacher, and said, I want to become a Buddhist.
咁有一次咧，有個人嚟到禪師面前咧，佢就同禪師講：我想成為佛教徒。
Then Zen Master Sun Sung looked at him and said, you can't become a Buddhist.
咁啊，禪師咧就即係好掃興咁同佢講：你根本都唔可以做到佛教徒。
You can't become a Buddhist because you don't understand yourself.
你根本都冇資格成為一個佛教徒，因為你連自己都唔明白。
So all of Buddhism is about that, understanding yourself completely.
其實佛教所講嘅就係完完全全嘅你明白你自己。
So usually people have a strong urge to do that when things go bad.
咁通常咧，人咧係有好強烈嘅心要做呢樣嘢咧。當周圍嘅處境係唔好嘅時候，
I remember one time, a long time ago, I had, these things called near-death experiences.
咁你亦都聽過咧，曾經有啲人係臨死嘅邊緣。
I don't know, probably, almost every human being has one before they die, and then they'll really have one.
人咧成日都有啲咁嘅經驗嘅，即係有一啲臨死嘅邊緣未死嘅，不過最後都有一次係真嘅。
But if you have one of these near-death experiences for, a few minutes, an hour, a couple of days, maybe even a couple of months, everything kind of seems like a dream.
咁呢啲臨死嘅體驗咧，可能係一個好短嘅時候，或者係幾個月嘅咁長啦。但係喺呢一段時候咧，你覺得一切都好似發夢咁樣。
Because at that moment you kind of detach.
因為嗰個時候咧，一切都好似係同你有一個距離嘅。
For just a second anyway.
就喺嗰個時候，可能係好短嘅時候，你覺得同佢哋係分離嘅。
So that experience usually leads people to want to do something like practice meditation or find out what they really are, because every idea that they have about themselves goes out the window for a second.
因為咧喺嗰啲時候咧，任何佢對於自己嘅諗法，都完全係唔存在。咁喺嗰啲咁艱難嘅時候咧，人咧就開始真係去修行啦。
Many times Zen Master Sun Sung would say, your practice actually begins when you get enlightenment.
其實禪師有講咧，當你開悟之後咧，你只係真正嘅修行嘅開始。
Why would your practice begin when you got enlightenment?
咁我哋通常咧就話：哇！我努力修行就為求開悟啫。點解禪師會咁講？就係我開悟之後咧，只係真係修行嘅開始咧。
But it's just like this near-death experience, because suddenly your dream goes away. Boom!
就好似啲臨死嘅邊緣嘅時刻咧，就係所有一切嘅嘢都好似係夢一樣咁樣消失。
Actually, earlier I hit the table. When I hit the table, everybody's dream went away for just a very, very short period of time. Then it comes back.
就好似剛才咁樣咧，我一下禪棒打呢個台，喺嗰一下，所有人個夢都冇咗，但係嗰下過後咧，大家又繼續發夢啦。
So the main antidote to laziness is actually intention.
其實對治我哋嘅懶惰咧，係翻去我哋自己嘅動機，我哋背後嘅意願嘅意圖。
And nobody can do that for you. You have to do it yourself.
而冇人係可以為你做呢個工作嘅，只有你至可以做到。
That's all I know.
呢個就係我所知嘅。
And then there's another question in the back here.
禪師，我想問呢，點樣可以每一刻都可以保持不知的心呢
？My question is
Short
how.
question.
My question is how to keep a don't know mind moment to moment.
I don't know.
禪師話佢唔知。
Yeah, actually your question is the same as his.
你個問題就好似剛才個朋友個問題一樣。
So very important is to know that don't know is not don't know.
其實好重要，你要明白咧，不知唔係不知。
Don't know is your mind before thinking.
不知係代表你思維之前嘅心
That means the mind that's not attached to thinking.
嘅意思就係我哋嘅心唔執着於我哋嘅思維。
That's you.
呢個就係你。
You just think you're something else.
你以為你自己係另外一啲嘢。
I would say human beings are a do it, but they think that they're a think it. I don't. Maybe you can't say that in Chinese. Human beings are do it.
其人咧係一啲只係一啲做係做，只係做。
But they think that they are a think it.
但係咧，佢哋諗，佢哋係。Can you explain it in another way?
They think they're thinking when actually they are do it. They are do it.
OK，佢哋諗佢哋係一啲諗嘢嘅人，但係其實人咧只係一啲做行為嘅啫，只係一啲行為。
So everything in Buddhism is about waking up just now.
其實我知啦，頭先嗰句點譯啦，就係人咧以為佢就係佢個思維，但係人咧其實係佢嘅行為。咁而佛教咧任何個佛法咧都指向同一點。
Because this is it.
就係如是，就係 this is it， 就係咁。
You don't get the past.
你唔會得到過去。
You can think about it. That's that think it part.
你可以諗住你個過去，你係你諗啫。
And you don't get the future.
你都唔會得到你個將來。
You can think about it.
你可以諗你個將來。
But it doesn't exist.
但係呢個將來係唔存在。
That's more of the think it part.
呢個呢，只係你啲諗法嚟嘅啫。
So actually where you live is right here just now.
你唯一生存嘅存在嘅就係當下呢一刻。
You just think you live somewhere else.
你以為你諗你住喺活在喺另外一個地方。
So we call, when you let go of your thinking, then you get this just now mind, which she called the don't know mind.
當你放下你個諗法嘅時候呢，你就可以活喺當下呢一刻。呢個亦都係我哋所講嘅不知嘅心。
Actually, don't know mind does everything.
其實呢，不知嘅心呢係可以成就一切。
It even thinks.
And even things.
It even thinks.
哦
Yeah.
成就一切啊，可以幫埋你諗嘢添。
The question is, how clear is all of that?
但係個問題就係、你所做嘅一切、所諗嘅一切係有幾咁清明呢？
So we practice to make our life clear so that moment to moment to moment, we help the world rather than creating more suffering for ourselves and everybody else.
其實我哋嘅修持呢，係令到我哋更加嘅清楚、更加嘅清明，令到我哋更加嘅清明，可以幫到自己，亦都可以幫到其他人，亦都可以幫到呢個世界。
So now you've listened for almost an hour and a half.
你哋大家咧都聽咗個半鐘啦。
So very important is to do something.
聽咗咁耐咧，最重要就係去做一啲嘢。
That's a human being, is do something.
人呢係要做一啲嘢。
Then you get a result.
你做一啲嘢，你就會有一啲成果。
Don't do anything, it's the same old.
咁你乜都唔做，咁咪梗係冇成果啦。
And the same old stuff is not very interesting and it makes you suffer a lot.
而啲你舊有嘅嘢，亦都唔會走咗去。而啲舊有嘅嘢繼續令你受苦。
So thank you for coming and listening.
咁再多謝大家今晚嚟到呢個開示，同埋你哋嘅聆聽。
Thank you very much for Saint Master Daegrong's Dharma talk, and maybe we give a big hand to